Good morning, Miss Shanika. Good morning, Shouty. This morning, we are definitely on it right now when it comes to financial literacy and financial freedom. We got to do what we got to do, and let's stick together. And this morning, we have a special guest that's joining us by way of the Midwest.
Holla.
We got to give it up this morning for our business credit coach, funding strategist, Miss Akila Shabazz, also known as MrsCashflows. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling amazing. How are you guys?
I'm good. Now, the last time we saw you, we was like, hey, man, that personnel look like they know how to get some money. Who knew that it was going to be you that we would be talking to this morning? Because once we saw the layout, the rundown for who you are, I was like, hey, I seen her from somewhere and I couldn't put it together until you just told me where I remembered you from. So it's good to have you this morning. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. How are you? I just want to just educate some people on some things. And I'm excited to be here. So thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome. Where would you like to start first?
I don't know. Well, here's what I would like to say. Like when I was getting my makeup done this morning, it's what I'm starting to figure out is that people are so confused when it comes to the banking system and how to get, actually funded. It's a lot of misinformation out there. For instance, it's a lot of people out there telling you like, hey, build business credit on your EIN only, which is totally confusing because they're thinking like, hey, even though I have bad credit, I could go run up a bag and go get business credit with a new profile. And guess what? It just doesn't work like that.
That is how they portray it.
Right?
Like one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Exactly. And what I like to do is leverage your personal credit in order to get you business funding at the maximum amount. Because I'm just going to tell a quick story. So I had a consultation like maybe a week and a half ago. And a young lady, so I like to look at your personal credit to see where you are to kind of give you a strategy on where, because we need to start there, period. Your business funding maximum amount that you're going to get is contingent on what your personal credit profile looks like, right? So she had like 19 different derogatories, meaning she owed 19 people. Any bank you can think of, she kind of like owed them. She bought into the fact that she could just build off her EIN only, purchase some package for like $4K. So she had a perfect business credit profile at an 80 payback score, right? It actually made me livid because she really went down the wrong path for like a year. So she's like, yeah, I got like an 80 payback score. So I pull it up, I look, I'm like, yeah, you do. I said, but a Staples card is not going to get you far. You in debt, so let's take care of this first. So, here's what I would like to say. Understand that banks are not stupid. And then think about it. If you have someone out there advertising EIN only, I'm really still waiting on someone to show me someone with a $500 credit, a 500 credit score, or like this young lady with an 80 payback score, but they're getting monies from the bank. It doesn't work like that.
All right, so since we're talking EIN numbers, because a lot of people on the street have it mixed up. A lot of people are misusing it. Could you please tell us what a EIN number is and the proper way that it is utilized to build your credit?
So an EIN number is equivalent to your social security number, but it's just your number that's attached to your business itself, right? If you're going to file, and it's used for tax purposes, so you're going to make sure that you build on that EIN just like you would your social security number. And then think about it. Everything starts from like a foundation. So if you want to get to the bag quicker, leveraging your personal credit, first we need to start there. Let me just go back there. Your personal credit profile needs to look a certain way before you even start. There's 3 things you need to do. Clean up your personal credit, build and establish a business credit profile, and then make yourself credible. So that's a lot. So if you're out there getting denied, this is why, right? So on your personal credit profile, here's some data points. Your credit score does not matter. The data points that they are looking at, you need to understand what they are and you need to optimize them, right? First off, you need at least 10 positive accounts on your credit profile reporting positively. You cannot have too much of new credit, right? So your inquiries need to be less than 3. That's the second thing. Late payments. You cannot owe anyone. It's so many people out there that think it's okay to have 1 or 2 late payments and it's okay because they have a credit score of 600. No, you will get denied. Another thing, the average age of those 10 accounts should be about 5 years old, right? And then those 10 accounts also need to be mixed up with various types of credit, installment loans and revolving. So your installment loans are going to be like your auto, your home, loans from a bank, things like that. So I like to start at the personal credit profile because what do we need to do? So depending on what you're missing, Akilah, me and my team, we're going to make it look like that, right? So we're going to strategize so that you can get some primary type trade lines. You understand? Yeah, so if you need more installment loans, we'll probably get you with a credit union, something like that. One of my favorites, Navy Federal, they got something called like the pledge loan, right? You can get as many installment loans as you need. So if a person only has like 2 installment loans, we can go and get 3 pledge loan accounts and it will report positively strengthen their credit profile. And then we'll go from there.
Secure?
It's secure, but here's the beauty of it. It reports as unsecured.
Okay, so I'm still at my pledge part. I never got the bigger credit line. You know, they gave me some more credit.
Okay.
They probably gave me my security deposit back, and I'm probably like 2.5 years in. So where do I sit now with making that credit line bigger? As you said, increasing your credit.
Do you have a secured credit card or a secured loan?
Well, I guess it was a secured credit card, but I guess it turned unsecured at a certain point.
Okay, through which institution? Through Navy Federal? Yeah. So, what are your overall goals? Like, do what it is that I'm doing. You're trying to get to the business. Yeah. So we need to look at your credit profile, see if it looks exactly what it is that I explained. But I have a quick hack for you guys. Experian, what you want to call it, the Experian credit monitoring service that's offered out there. If you get one of those, I think it's free for like anywhere from 7 to 30 days. There's a section that will let you know each data point I just laid out. So I like to guide people here, right? It'll either say, like, for instance, it'll have a section for your late payments. You want every data point I just laid out, the 10 accounts, the new credit, credit utilization, all of that. You want it to either be rated as exceptional or very good. If any of those categories are saying like fair or not good, you can click on there and it will tell you what you need to optimize that particular data point. And until each category is saying exceptional or very good, don't go for funding.
Okay.
So that's a really quick hack. So whatever you have going on, because I can't like give you misinformation like how to get there because I don't have your profile, but that's a great start.
I got it.
All right, now here's something interesting. You spoke on inquiries. A lot of times people don't really know how inquiries affect their credit. Can you just speak on that really quickly? Because I know it's probably so minute to you, but these be those little details that keep people back.
Oh, 100%. Right. One of my very first videos that went viral on Instagram was me talking about inquiries and getting rid of them in 24 hours. So an inquiry is just a note stating where you apply for credit, right? So over a 2-year period, they keep track of how many accounts that you apply for credit for, and they're hard inquiries. So you want to keep this below 3, because if you keep applying for credit over and over again, you appear desperate, and then it's just going to get to the point where they're just going to automatically deny you.
It's like,
it is. It's very lame.
Like, it make you want to swing on somebody. Like,
So I'm still, why you keep trying to get credit and you know your credit?
well, see, here's the problem. You go,
Wall Street. People think they have business credit because they have a DUNS number, right? You need to generate business Equifax, business Experian, Paydex, the Small Business Financial Exchange. I know I'm speaking over, but get a blueprint, follow it, right? Once you set yourself up, you also need to be credible. What does that mean? You need a professional email, a professional name that's fundable and lendable. You need a professional website. People are getting denied because they simply don't even have a website. It's happened to me. So once you become credible, you have to look like a business, because what they have, right, Shanika, are like no doc loans. So no documentation loans are loans, no documentation needed. So if you're a new business and they say, well, what's your projected income for the next year? And you may say, well, I project my consultation services business here may make about $260 a year.
Well, can you show us that? Can you show us that?
No, you're a new business, Jacques. So no documentation loan is what is your projected income, right? So yes, if you're saying like I've been in business for several years and I'm making this amount of money, then yeah, it is a certain threshold. You do need to prove that and back that up. However, a no documentation loan, there's a few banks out there that offer these products, and it's strictly designed for new businesses. People don't understand that this money is waiting on you. They think you need to be in business for 2 or 3 years, and that's not true.
All right, that's wonderful. Okay, so I got another question about the personal credit. Okay, so what about, could you explain to people if late payments or derogatory, like if you a doctor's bill that appeared on your credit and a late payment, are those two different things, and do they affect your credit different?
Exactly. So the hospital bill will be a derogatory. You don't want any derogatories on your account, and the late payments actually has its own data point. So you need both of them off. I like that you said that too. Like when people come for credit repair and things of that nature, they think dispute your 15 different types of negative items all the same. No, it's a different law attached to a car repossession and having it removed than it is that of a bankruptcy. Like for instance, I had my bankruptcy removed, right? That's how I got into this industry. I had no intention on doing it. My background, I worked for corporate America for many years. I had no aspirations to be an entrepreneur.
No, real quick, because there's a lot of people who've never made it to that mark in life. When they hear bankruptcy, people automatically assume you're broke.
Yeah.
We dispel and give them a real understanding of what and why when it comes to bankruptcy.
Well, Jacques, I was broke at the time about bankruptcy.
Well, broke. Donald Trump wasn't broke when he filed bankruptcy. Hell, but I'm just saying it's a lot of people with money that file bankruptcy and they're not broke.
Exactly.
Assume they are.
Jacques is on it this morning. Yes, I love that. And that's very, very true. I was broke because I had personally guaranteed everything and had to file bankruptcy in my personal name. What I now know, and what I'm teaching here is it isn't about just getting like a quick lick and getting like a bag of money. This is separating you totally from your business. So it has its own entity, its own income. What I now know is if things start to go bad for me, Akila is now going to protect that 832 credit score she has and all her personal funds, that I can now file a Chapter 11 instead of a Chapter 7. This business didn't do well. We're not doing well. It's over with. Let's close this down and let's start over with a new entity. And on average, new businesses are getting up to $250K in the first round of funding. It's crazy.
Now, you said a mouthful this morning. You've shed a lot of light on a lot of questions, and you're dropping some gems. And we all know that you can't give it all in one setting. So can you please, again, let the people know how they can find you and contact you?
100%. I even want to give anyone who's coming up under the sound of my voice a free ebook, right? So if you text JOC to 773-900-8104, I'm going to give you my ebook on how to obtain a perfect business credit score in 17 steps. And you can find me at MrsCashflows on Instagram, MrsCashflows.
All right, and we will tell y'all how she does our credit and get it all the way right. And you know what I mean? We'll take y'all on a journey with us
Let's go.
to perfect business credit.
Hell, you crazy. All right, man. Hey, you think you smarter than Akila, then hit that line and check it out. But if you think you smarter than Young Jock, it is at 1-866-YUNGJOC. Again, we want to say thank you, Miss Akila.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This was such a joy.
For sure, dope it is. All right, keep it right here where you got it. Young Jock in the Streetz Morning Takeover.